Hello Facebook fans, and welcome to our Facebook Live with our CEO Hope Margala. I am Tyler from our social media team, and today we are joined by our CEO Hope. Thanks so much for coming on Facebook with us this
Tyler,
morning.
For you, of course.
Oh, thank you. So before we hop into questions from fans, I wanted you to just tell our fans a little bit about yourself.
Okay, great. Well, first of all, I'd like to start with good morning, afternoon, and evening, I guess, based on where in the world you're watching from, or maybe you'll be watching later. So I don't want to spend too much time talking about myself because I really do want to talk about Yankee Candle and answer a lot of the questions that I saw that the fans had written in. But I will start with, I'm originally from Ohio, a Midwestern girl at heart, but I have been here in South Deerfield, that's where Yankee Candle is, which is in Western Massachusetts, for the last 7 years. We're about 40 minutes north of Springfield, and if you are in the area or do want to come up and see us, we are right down the street. We have a 90,000-foot flagship store, which is an amazing experience.
It's one of my favorite places in the world.
Oh, it's great, right? And I actually think when my friends and family come to visit me from Ohio, they're really not coming to visit me. I think they're actually coming to see the store.
No, same.
Yeah, it's true, right? But would love for you to stop by and see us. It would be great. So I do want to, before we jump in and start on the questions, I do want to talk about a couple things about our fall collection and then my new favorite thing at Yankee Candle. Is that okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Because I'm not really sure how this goes, right?
Yeah.
The first time I've done it, and I'm not really
exciting.
sure. Okay, I know, I'm a little nervous. But I want to start with fall. So our fall fragrances just launched a couple weeks ago, and the new favorite, I brought props.
Yes.
The new favorite is Honey Clementine. So if you haven't tried Honey Clementine, it is great. It is a crisp orange fragrance with just like a little dip of honey on it, so it gives a little bit of sweetness. And you know, we love all of our fragrances. They're kind of like our kids. We like some more than others, and often we have a lot of debates because some people like more foodie fragrances, some people like more fresh fragrances. Mm-hmm. This is a fragrance just about everybody in our office agrees on. Our head of finance next door, Lisa, always loves the food fragrances. Not my favorite, but this one we both agree on and love. I have this one in my kitchen right now in a scent plug and also in our new reeds, and it just smells amazing. I absolutely love it.
Can I smell it?
Yeah. Like you haven't smelled it.
I love that. I know. I smell them all the time.
Yeah. It's hard not to, right?
I know. I feel like I can't look at a candle without like having to smell it.
Yeah, you kind of do. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and have you seen the new label?
I have. So there's been some exciting new changes that have been happening at Yankee Candle lately, including a new look on the jars. Do you want to tell our fans kind of a little bit about the process behind that new look?
Yeah, so, you know, we spend a lot of time talking to our customers. And we talk to them around the U.S. We talk to them in our stores. Oh, by the way, shout out to all of our stores. We talk to them in all of our stores. We talk to them sometimes in some focus group settings. We talk to them all the time. And one of the things that we heard from a wide variety of people is they were saying that we wanted to update the candle a little bit, make it fit more in my home decor, a little bit more home decor friendly. So we did a lot of versions and talked to a lot of customers, and we came up with the new look and the new logo. And, you know, well, I've heard mixed reviews. What I would tell you is, you know, change is always hard, and at the beginning, the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, it's just different. But I have to tell you, now that I've been looking at it for over a year and a half, because that's how long it takes to do these kind of things, I've fallen in love with it.
Yeah,
I'm really
obsessed with it. I love the way it looks in my home. It fits in more with kind of my decor and my style. It's a very clean, simple look.
Yeah, it really is, and it really is pretty. The other thing is the new labels for some people who don't like a label look, although you know, I do, but don't like a label look, they are removable. So that's great too.
Oh, perfect. Well, that's great to know.
It really is. So.
And you have something else that you want to talk to us about, your favorite thing at Yankee Candle.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I do. So this is like my new obsession. Everybody like gets obsessed with something. I am obsessed with our personalized candles. So I think I mentioned I'm from Ohio. So this is actually a picture of my family when we were on vacation a couple years ago on the beach. But you know what? Our personalized candles, we launched them last fall. And what it is, it's so simple. You just go to yankeecandle.com and you pick your favorite candle shape, either the straight-sided jar or the apothecary jar, either of them. And then you pick your fragrance, and then you upload a picture and type in some words. And it's really that simple, and it's done. And honestly, obsess is putting it mildly. Just got back from a family trip, and So for my family out there, there are candles on the way to you right now that I just finished doing the other night with some photos from holiday. So they're great. They're perfect birthday gift, perfect gift to commemorate occasion, whether it's a graduation, a wedding, a birth. They're just amazing. And look, I look at them myself. I should be showing them to you. See, I'm not very good at this just yet, but they are amazing.
I'm obsessed with personalized. I literally personalize for everything. A ton of my friends just graduated college, and I sent them all personalized candles. One of my friends released a song on iTunes, so I put the cover art on the candle and gave it to him as a gift. So you can really use them for anything.
Yeah, it really is. I gotta quit doing it because people are getting way too many candles in my family. But
people know if they get a gift from Hope, it's going to be a personalized candle.
It's kind of hard not to.
You have another new fall favorite.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I started
about.
telling everybody about. I picked it up by accident, but Crisp Fall Night. So this fragrance is amazing. It is a little like woodlandy, woodsy, a little bit of lavender, but then it has a little bit of a cologne feel.
Yeah,
sorry, I have to do it. I always
fans have been calling it the new boyfriend candle. So for those of you who have been following us, about a year ago, we had a trend called the boyfriend candle, and someone on Tumblr called Mountain Lodge our boyfriend candle. But recently, we've been getting a lot of tweets and comments that this one is the new competitor for the boyfriend candle.
That's not a bad thing to be, I guess. So for you girls looking for boyfriends, right here. So there's a bunch of other fall fragrances, a candy pecan fragrance, super sweet kind of food-like fragrance, a couple autumn gathering, a fresh fragrance, also great. But I would just encourage you all to check them out because they're amazing. So, but can we get to some questions? Because there are some questions I really want to talk about.
Perfect. So earlier this week we posted and we asked you all to kind of send us in your questions so that we can have Hope be prepared and answer some of your questions. And there were a lot of questions in particular on one theme that you wanted to address to the fans this morning.
Absolutely. So by far and away, the number one question you had was about fragrance. And you asked about it in a bunch of different ways, and I'm going to try to address as many of those as I can. Questions like, your fragrances aren't as strong as they used to be. Your fragrances don't fill the room like they used to. Other questions about, your fragrance aren't all the same intensity was one of them. Another question that I read was about your candles. Are your candles fragrance all the way through? Because, I heard someone say they may not be. So I'm going to try to answer all of these, but before I do, I'm going to ask all of you a favor along the way. So I just want you to be ready for that, and I hope you'll help me because I can't do anything to change anything or make anything better at Yankee Candle if I can't have your help. So is that okay if I ask a favor?
Absolutely. Ask away.
Great. Okay, so I'm going to take it from the top. I'm going to start with your candles aren't as fragrant as they used to be. Super straightforward. So here's what I can tell you. I mentioned when we started that I have been here since 2009, and at no time since 2009 have we ever taken fragrance out of our candle. We've not taken the percent of fragrance we load. We have not taken the quality of fragrance we load out of our candle. And I know that to be fact, and that is absolutely true. But what I can tell you is, even though I know that's true, if what you sense and what you feel or our fragrances aren't as strong as they used to be, I want to know about it. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do. This is when the favor comes in. Okay, so
listen, everybody.
What I need you to do is I need you to email me which fragrances, and it's really important it goes on email because we're going to try to record this in a really orderly way. I need you to email which fragrances you feel are not as strong as they used to be, and I need you to email those to WeListen, W-E, listen, at yankeecandle.com. And what I'm going to do with those is I'm going to ask the product development team and the quality team to get together and evaluate those fragrances. We have some old samples back and take a look at them. Because when we look at fragrances, we look for a combination of great fragrance and clean burn, and we want to make sure all of those fragrances still have all of those properties. So again, one more time, because this is really important to me. It's WeListen at yankeecandle.com, and all you have to do, you don't even have to tell me what your name is if you don't want to, but you can, is just, blah, blah, blah fragrance. And then we will compile that list together and we'll start looking at them. Sound like a plan, Tyler?
Sounds like a plan, and I'll post all the information on our Facebook page for everybody to see, so you can all let us know what fragrance is.
Great, thanks. Okay, I'm going to keep going because there were a lot of fragrance questions and I want to get to them. The next one was, all of your fragrances aren't as intense. Some of them are lighter and some of them are softer. And that is absolutely the case. just like I told you before that Lisa and I very rarely agree on the type of fragrance. She likes sweet, I like fresh. Intensity is another thing we focus on, and we want to do that on purpose. We want to have some more subtle fragrances, some more softer fragrances, and then we like to have some bolder, more intense fragrances. So fragrances kind of do run the gamut. Some intentionally are softer and subtle, and some are bolder and a little stronger. I saw a great comment from somebody on Facebook, and I wish I would remember their name, and I don't, so I apologize whoever you were, because this was a great idea. And the idea was to think about looking at them and kind of rating them like coffee, like light roast, medium roast, and dark roast.
I love that.
Yeah, and so if the product development team's listening, I think that's a good idea. And I think we should think about something like that. It may not be exactly like that, but I think that was really a great suggestion and something we should take a look at. Just try to help steer people to bolder fragrances. There are a couple that are so bold, like I can't even use them. But you know, I think it's important to have a range. Is what's really important.
Agreed.
One last thing on fragrance that I want to talk about, because this is the one that drives me crazy, and it's that. Well, it actually didn't get it as a question. It was more of a question because they had heard it. They didn't express it, and it was, "Are your candles fragrance all the way through?" And I am so passionate about this one because there are other candle companies, and I would never name anybody else, but that don't fragrance their candles all the way through. There are a lot of folks that take a candle and just top it with a heavier fragrance or have a core that's not as fragrance. That is not how we do it at Yankee Candle. And there's a video actually that we've shot of the plant, and Tyler, I would love for you to post that on Facebook if you can. That it's a video that shows how we mix our fragrance into our wax, and then how little time we leave our fragrance open. So it goes right into the candle, the wax blend and the fragrance. So it is all the way through, and we can show you even our candle being filled, which would be another great video to show of being filled. And it is the same wax at the very bottom of the jar, the middle of the jar, and the top of the jar. So you get the same fragrance all the way through. And you tell, like that one, I'm really passionate about, because when I go to the plant, and I try to go there as much as possible, and I don't go there enough. So again, also shout out to the folks at the plant, because they're amazing. Our candles all are made right here down the street, just a mile and a half away from our office, and they do a great job in doing it, and they are just as passionate about the candles and the fragrances as we are here at the office.
I love going to the plant because you can just smell everything that's going on in there, and there's so many candles being made. I feel like it's like our Willy Wonka almost. You step in, it's this whole new world.
Yeah.
But
it
it's
really
exciting.
is. Although it's tough, like when you come out, you smell like the plant, right?
For like 2 days, I feel like.
Well, every time I went to get Indian food, like after I was at the plant, and I went right there, and I walked in, and they said someone smells like Yankee Candle. It was a little embarrassing.
You were like, that's me.
That's me. It's kind of embarrassing.
So we also have some fans on Instagram that have a question.
Great.
So Autumn365 Days of Holiday from Instagram wanted to know, will all the Halloween collection be released at once on August 27th? Or will more Halloween items be released throughout the season?
So they will all be released on August 27th, all together at once. But I did snag a sample of the candle. Again, you know the product development team's like walking in their office going, where's my sample?
Where'd everything go?
But I did grab one, and what I grabbed was our newest fragrance. And this is called Forbidden Apple. Kind of a crisp Granny Smith apple, in this incredible jar, so a little bit of glow. I think it comes in a different form.
Yes, we also have it in pillar form.
Oh look, I have a sample. So no, it also comes in a pillar candle. And sorry, this is what we do.
Oh, I love
we
this.
smell
It's green
every candle that we open, but it's great. This is this will be out there along with I believe 10 new Boney Bunch items?
10 new Boney Bunch. It's our 9th year of Boney Bunch this year, and we have 10 new pieces. And on August 25th, we're going to be doing an exclusive Facebook Live. We're going to reveal them all to you before the 27th.
Yeah, they would not let me. I truly, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you I tried to sneak a Boney Bunch out of the accessory product development office.
And they're hard to get.
They wouldn't give it to me. But there's one I like. I'll tell you which one it is later. But yeah. You know what? Have you seen the wine candles?
I have. I'm obsessed. So now we have wine candles.
Oh,
we have them
mine?
here.
Yeah. Okay, so these are our wine candles. You know what's really great about them? They are really actually pairings that go with wine. So the one I'm holding is spiced honey and oak. And I think it's meant to go with Chianti. Actually, I think it would go with any red wine, but it's amazing.
Yeah, I have fig and blackcurrant.
And what we've heard is people like to use candles when they're dining, but they want a fragrance that goes with the food and the experience. So some of them are contrast some of the food, and these fragrances were really designed to go with food and also go with the wine pairing. So it's really, they're amazing.
Sniff, sip, and slice.
Oh, God,
Cheers.
that's so, you're so corny. I can't stand it. Seriously.
I love it.
Sniff, sip, and slice.
So holiday is coming up, and Jennifer from Facebook wanted to know, what will be the new trends for holiday this year?
Okay, so for holiday this year, it is all about bold. It's about bold patterns, bold designs. It's kind of it's all about party. It's like a holiday party. And when you think about it, the bright reds, high energy kind of greens, bold plaids, black and white. So there's a whole lot of things. And what we did when we were doing the fragrance work for holiday is make sure that we had fragrances that really fit into that. So one of my favorite ones I brought along with me, shock.
Which no one has seen this fragrance yet. This is an exclusive. Yeah, Hope is about to reveal one of the new holiday collections.
This is called Bubbly Pomegranate. And again, it is great. It has just like a kind of, what do I say, like just an effervescent quality at the top note. It's just amazing. Here, have you smelled it lately?
No, I haven't.
I love it.
Ooh,
but
it's very berry.
Yeah, very, very, very.
I love
Lisa
that.
will love it.
This is totally a Lisa fragrance.
It is a Lisa fragrance, absolutely. So those will be great. We also have a couple others I brought. Again, not supposed to be showing anybody, but All Is Bright, another great fragrance. Oops, sorry. Very fresh and a crisp citrusy smell. Oh, it's great. And then also, the last one I'll show today is called Christmas Time. And it is a nice thyme kind of scent in a beautiful new green for us. So a lot of great holiday fragrances. Okay, sorry.
So we're actually going to dive in live. I'm going to take that phone there and dive in live to answer some questions.
While Tyler's doing that, I'll tell you a couple other things. I got a question from somebody that I read, I think it was this morning, which was they tried to get balsam and cedar, and was that going away? That is my favorite holiday fragrances. So the truth is, it's not going away, and as long as I'm at Yankee Candle, I don't pull much rank, but it actually is our best holiday fragrance, just so you know, but that fragrance won't go away. It's one of our truest, and it's one of the ones that sells the best for us. So whoever that was, again, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but Balsam and Cedar will be back this holiday, and probably shipping sometime soon to stores, actually.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to take some questions from you guys live right now. Megan wants to know, Hope, what is your all-time favorite scent, not just holiday or seasonal?
Okay, so people always ask me this, like when I meet people like on an airplane and they say, what do you do? And I say, I work for Yankee Candle. They always say, what's your favorite fragrance? And like I said earlier, it's hard because they're kind of like your kids, you love them all. I'm going to do my 30-second. My favorite year-round fragrance is Soft Blanket. Oh my gosh, it's just so beautiful, and it's just very fresh, and I can't even describe it. I love it so that's like if you made me only have one year-round, but then this is how it rolls. So in spring, I kind of start with some of the florals. I have lavender vanilla, lemon lavender, kind of go into lilac-y, around Mother's Day. One of my mom's favorite fragrances, so I always kind of burn that around Mother's Day. And then I am ready for the beach, so I go right to Sun and Sand after that.
I love Sun and Sand.
Oh, I know. And I know there are a lot of Pink Sands people, and Pink Sands is great, but it's not Sun and Sand, that's all I'm saying. So then I go into Sun and Sand, and then after that, there's kind of, for me, a lull, and that's where, Honey Clementine fit in so well for me, because in August, I just came back from the beach, so I'm ready for something, but I'm not ready for fall yet, so Honey Clementine works there. Right into Autumn Wreath, and then you guys just heard Balsam and Cedar.
Balsam and Cedar.
Yeah, it's the best.
Perfect. We have another question from Karina. She says, hi, I'm absolutely loving this. I would love to know, what does Hope's morning routine look like? How does she prepare for a productive day?
That's a little scary. Okay, so I get up, I try to work out, but that would be a lie on most days. But actually, my day starts pretty early. We have a pretty big European business, so shout out to the team also in Europe, and our office in Bristol and in Milan and in France. Good to hope all of you guys are watching. But I usually have a call first thing in the morning with our head of Europe, Melanie, and so I talk to her in the morning, And then on a couple days, I'm up at 5 to talk to our head of Asia, Teresa. So pretty early mornings and get calls out of the way. And then I get in here, and it just, every day is different. It just depends what the meetings are. Sometimes I'm in meetings with the brand and product team, sometimes with our retail stores folks. I've been in a meeting the past couple days with our retail stores teams, looking through our store portfolio, and that's been a lot of fun.
That's exciting.
And then, sometimes finance meetings, supply chain meetings. I'm in a lot of meetings.
Yeah, you're a hard person to meet with.
Yeah, and I travel a ton. So out, seeing stores, seeing customers, and then I'm seeing our teams in Europe and Asia.
Perfect. We're going to take one more question. Scott wants to know, what's been your favorite memory so far with Yankee Candle?
Oh my gosh. There's so many. I have a recent one.
Okay.
You know this one, and actually I'm probably going to embarrass Tyler on this one a little bit. So I got an email. I'm going to make this up because I can't remember when it was, but let's call it like 6 months ago, right? And it was an email from a gentleman whose friend, he had a friend, whose wife had passed away, unfortunately. And his wife loved Yankee Candles. And so I think this article was on some women's magazine online too. And what he and his daughters did is they took all of her old Yankee Candles and melted the wax down and made a candle with all of the fragrances of Yankee Candle in it. And it was really heartwarming, and I was touched. And so I sent a note back to him, and I asked him what the fragrances were. And he told me, and so we got the fragrances together and sent them off to him. So I thought, just so he has another memory of his wife. And then I'll get choked up because this really is pretty cool because it tells you a lot about our company. And then about a month after I sent those, I got a note back from him telling me what kind of company I had the pleasure of working with, because it was great. Our office sent him some candles, but that wasn't the best part. One of our store managers sent him a candle, and I believe Mr. Tyler, you yourself, sent him a candle, personalized candle, I believe.
Yes, with a photo of his wife on her favorite
Yep, with
fragrance.
with photo of his wife, and it just was so touching. And he sent me a note just thanking me and just telling me about the incredible, and I think one other person on their own, and this was, everybody did it on their own. It wasn't like the company did it. People did this on their own and paid for them on their own and sent them, and I just thought that was amazing. And it just tells you the kind of company and the kind of people we work with. So bar none, that was probably my favorite memory.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And
thank you for doing it. I really
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
It was a great moment.
That's what the team does, right?
Exactly, and I think
Really
that's kind of the beauty of Yankee Candle is we're all so passionate about our fragrance, we're also passionate about our product, but even more so, we're so passionate about the people that love the product and the fragrances as much as we do.
So don't forget, so I know you're getting ready to sign off, but I don't want folks to forget, we do want to hear. So please, we listen at yankeecandle.com. Email those fragrances so we can get to work on it as soon as we can.
And thank you so much, Hope, for joining us today.
Welcome.
Thank you all for tuning in. You can follow along with all of us. We're going to be doing a lot more Halloween reveals. We'll have some holiday reveals coming up soon. So stay tuned to us on Facebook. And if you're on Snapchat, Twitter, or Instagram, we're there at The Yankee Candle. And again, thank you, Hope, and we will see you all soon.
See ya!